Hi guys, this is Kari with Rabbit Revisions again, and today I'm not going to be teaching you anything. I just wanted to talk a little bit about my own experience at college and some things that I wish I had known before going to college. So yeah. One thing in particular that struck me was that I didn't know how to study at all. No idea. Because I, like many other students, had just kind of skated by in high school and didn't have to work hard. If you're the kind of student who works really hard in high school or did work really hard in high school and you earned those B's and maybe the occasional A or whatever it is, in many ways you're better prepared for college than the person who skated by and got straight A's, because you know how to study, you know how to work hard. I had no idea how to do any of those things. So I stepped into a world that was academically at a higher level and just had no idea where to start. I didn't know how to memorize huge amounts of information. I didn't know how to study for a test. These are like basic skills that I just didn't have because I skated by and I didn't try hard in high school, so I didn't need them. And I had to learn them in college, so I wish I had those skills before I went to college, because there's plenty of things that you're learning there, but learning how to learn is maybe not one of the things you want to be spending your time figuring out. Something else that I figured out early on, after the first semester particularly, was not to buy all my books right at the beginning of the semester. I was so excited the first semester and I bought all the books on the syllabus, and that first semester more than one of my classes didn't get to some of the books, and I had to sell them back to the bookstore as used books for, less money, and I just wasted money on them and we didn't even use them. From then on, I just bought the main books that I knew we were going to use for my class, like, Psych 101, there's one textbook, okay, you're going to use it. But if you're taking like a history course and you have about 10 books, I would buy them as you need them. And that way you don't have all this money that you're spending all at once. But also, if you don't end up getting to one of the books because your professor has to restructure the class a little bit to fit your particular group of students or whatever, then you didn't waste money on it if you waited to buy it. So that's definitely a better way to do it. Something else that I learned, I don't work well with TV and music on. And this took a long time. I mean, freshman year, I thought, nah, it's fine. I'll just skate by. It's not a big deal. And I just would watch TV at the same time. And in my case, Star Trek, because I love Star Trek. So I would just watch episodes of Star Trek and try to work on my papers and stuff. And honestly, they were really crappy. Like, they weren't good because half of my mind was focusing on something else. And I thought, well, this is what I did in high school, so it's fine. But what I was supposed to be doing required so much more, like, brain energy than I had been using before. So it made no sense to compare what I had done in high school because it wasn't the same thing that I was doing. And similarly with music, I would just, listen to some fun music that I liked and I could sing along to it. But if you're focusing on the words to a song, you're not really working. Your brain actually can't multitask. You can switch rapidly between tasks, but you can never actually be consciously focusing on more than one thing at the same time. So if you think, oh, I can, you are lying to yourself. If you don't believe me about not being able to work as well with music or TV on, try working without it and you will be amazed at how much better you're focusing and how much more work you get done at like a higher level of production too. It'll be better work, take less time. So it's worth it just cutting out that extra stuff so you can spend that time to really focus rather than dragging it out a long time. Something else I figured out as I was learning about my own study habits and what works well for me, I figured out that the location that you're in has an incredible power for building up an association. And what I mean by that is if you go to a place, a specific table, a specific chair in a particular building, and you always go to that place and you always study, and that is all you do. You don't goof off, you don't watch things, you just study. Then the act of just going to that place and sitting down in that chair puts your brain in the study mood. Like it just switches on your study brain. It makes it so much easier for you to get in that work zone. And I didn't figure this out until junior year or so, but it's amazing. I mean, I could be sitting in my room for hours and hours trying to get into this, magical zone that I'm working and getting things done. And I could walk over to the library, sit at that little table that I always sit at, and boom, I'm there. I'm working, I'm getting things done. So that if you are a new college student, my advice to you is find a good place to study and stick to it, because it will train your brain to associate that place with work, and you can use that to your advantage, and you can get more work done that way. Something else that I figured out over the course of college was that my major didn't matter as much as I thought it did. And it's okay. You can change it. It doesn't matter, because if you're not going for a degree in something that is directly leading into a specific job, like education majors or nursing or pre-med, something like that, if you're not doing one of those, yeah, it pretty much doesn't matter what you're studying. Just do something you like, because it's more important that you get the degree than having any particular major. I mean, sure, it's different if you have a major in biology than if you have one in history, but if you're debating between, psychology and sociology and what's going to be better for your job market, honestly, just pick what you like and go from there, because it doesn't matter as much as you think it does. It's not going to ruin your world or destroy your hopes and dreams unless you have extremely specific hopes and dreams. It'll be fine. Don't worry. Similarly, something that I thought when I entered college was that by the end of college, I would know where I was going, and I would know, kind of have an idea of what job I would have, or at least what direction I would be headed. And I graduated college in 2011. So now it's been, 4 years, and I still have no idea what kind of job I will have in the future or what my career will be. You just take things one step at a time, and that's okay. You won't have everything figured out, and that's not a big deal. That's normal. And I wish I had known both parts of that. First, that I wouldn't have things figured out, and second, that that's okay. I don't have to freak out about it. It's normal. Nobody knows. You can't know, because you just have to take opportunities as they come. And when you see an opportunity, jump on it. And it won't always be the thing you expected, but it's okay. Just go with it. Roll with the punches. You can't plan that far ahead anyways and have the plans actually happen, so just go with it. So that's some reflections on my own experience at college. If you guys have any insights about things that you wish you'd known when you first went to college, I would love you to leave them in the comments and share them with me and with others. and I would love to hear about them. For all of you who are starting college, good luck. It's okay. Everything seems big and scary right now, and it seems like there's a lot of decisions that need to happen right away. It's okay. They don't. Don't worry. It'll be fine. Hope this was helpful to all of you starting college, and hope to see you again on our channel. Have a good day, evening, who knows? I don't know where you are. Bye. Oh, geez. That cough is just hanging on. At least it's not part of the symptoms of that illness that people are quarantined for right now at the hospital. That would be terrible. I do not want to go into that quarantine zone. I saw people just like stumbling around at the hospital the other day. I mean, I could just see through the windows, but they were like stumbling around, totally out of it. That doesn't look good. So I just have a cough. I'm good. It's not bad. I'm safe. Safe from this horrible virus that is just going around. This is something else. It's fine. Normal cough. It's all good.